This is your first day. Your designation will be RP-01/138. We expect great things from you. You have been born into dangerous times. A sharp mind can be the key to survival. But as often as not, it will be your inherent physical traits that win the day. And in this regard, you will be superior to your more common brethren. For you are a commando, an elite unit, something truly special. Your weapons, your armor, and most importantly, your brothers.
All right, men. Listen up.
Delta Squad, form up.
Forming up, boss.
What is up, our fellow Republic Commandos? It is your boy Trey of the Bat Channel, and we are live once again from a galaxy far, far away. We coming in hot after the series finale of Andor on Disney Plus. We figured we would go full circle with Cassian Andor's journey of Star Wars, with ending tonight's watch party with Rogue One, a Star Wars story where we were first introduced to Cassian Andor 9 years ago. So almost a 10-year anniversary, with director Gareth Edwards' screenplay by Tony Gilroy, which we know took over for the Andor show. Some great stuff. So obviously, if this is your first time hanging out with the Bat Channel, make sure that you pull up your Disney Plus or your DVD or wherever you got Rogue One, a Star Wars story, because obviously I can't show the movie on our YouTube channel. They would take us down faster than I could say, these aren't the droids you're looking for. So we're going to give you a couple of minutes to pull that up at 7:15. We're going to start the movie. So make sure you got your popcorn, your drinks ready. And without further ado, let me go ahead and go through all the little pleasantries of the show. As always, guys, you can follow us on one of our social media pages like TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, at _Bat Channel. It's a great way to get in touch with us and to see all the other cool stuff we're doing on the Bat Channel with all of our entertainment posts. And if you're still over on Facebook at Holy Bat Channel, go ahead, give us a follow there for more great content. And as always, it helps us out so much when you smash that like, you share this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and you hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Help us get to 10,000 subs, because Super Bro Corey and I, we love doing charity streams. Like we've raised money through super chats with the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, Feeding America, the American Red Cross Disaster Relief Fund, like they did for Twisters. It was just a great way to have your guys' generosity go into those fundraisers that we really care about. But YouTube, if you didn't know this, takes 30% of your super chats, which I see we already have some in the chat. Thank you guys so much. We'll address those in a moment. But they take 30% of your super chat. Super O, Corey, and I, we didn't like that. We were raising money for a good cause. So we were putting the money back in of whatever YouTube took out and putting in some of our own money. So to avoid just that silliness that YouTube does, help us get to 10,000 subs so that way we can do more charity streams without having to worry about YouTube's 30% BS. Spread the word. And we have some great content for you guys if you haven't seen already. We got some reaction videos. We have Predator Badlands, Jurassic World Chaos Theory Season 3 reviews, the breakdowns of all the episodes of Andor, Primitive War trailer reactions, what's going on with the Monsterverse and Toho, some movie reviews. Hit that notification, guys. You're not going to want to miss it. And without further ado, let me go ahead and bring out the best co-host of the Delta Squad I could ever ask for, Super Corey and Kojay. How's it going, guys?
What's up?
Hey. What's up? So obviously we got finished with Andor. Our reaction, I think, said kind of how we felt about it. It was lackluster. We'll be honest.
I would say a lot of lackluster.
A lot of lackluster is accurate. But as Tony Gilroy said in a recent interview, that he hopes that the Andor show, when you leads up to Rogue One, that he hopes you look at the movie a little differently. Now, I would say easily Andor is the best live action movie that Disney has put out. I don't think it's perfect by any means.
Andor or Rogue One?
Sorry, Rogue One. Rogue One is the best live action movie. But I don't, like I said, I don't think it's a perfect movie, but I think it's a solid addition to the Star Wars, and especially the ending that we get with Darth Vader. So I'm excited to kind of rewatch this and see if Tony Gilroy is correct in giving us a different perspective, different feelings towards it. What do you guys expect? Because I know all of us have seen Rogue One at this point. Do you think you're going to have a different feeling or reaction towards it now that you know Cassian's full journey?
I'm interested if I do, because seeing Star Wars and then any story, well, the main story is Star Wars, and then being treated to the prequel of the trilogy with the prequel trilogy, that's kind of like a Star Wars experience. And after seeing it in story order, might change my opinion or might not, or might make me want to erase one and just keep one. I don't know. So I'm really interested that and excited that we're doing this, because I haven't seen such a new story in order in a long time, since the prequels. Now I kind of enjoy Star Wars in pockets out of order, So I'm wondering if this will be just, we just need the movie, forget the show, or if they do connect. I have my doubts, but it'll be interesting to see the connection or the difference. So
okay.
Yeah.
Super Bro, your thoughts on that? Do you think you're gonna experience Rogue One a little differently, even now after seeing Andor?
I think there's going to be a slight more appreciation, maybe for Andor, because obviously I said that when the Andor series came out, like, why should I care about Cassian? Because I know his outcome, I know what his future is. So why would you make a show about a character that was going to die in one movie? So I think now that I know Cassian a little bit better, I think it's going to be good. Season 2 didn't do justice at all. It was not great. So I wish it kept up with the same hype and intensity as end of season 1 did. But yeah, it's going to be interesting watching it now. Because to be honest with you, I would agree with you, Trey, that Rogue One is the best thing that Disney has done, which is not saying much as far as movies go. I think we may have talked about this before, but Rogue One was a movie that I had attempted to watch numerous times and fell asleep numerous times as well.
Wow.
The very beginning would always just it just started off slow, which go figure, it kind of makes sense to why now the series, started so slow and why there's so much slow episodes. So I got little tired, and would just keep passing out in the middle of the movie. So it wasn't until you said, "Hey, Vader does come in, and there's an awesome Vader scene that I'm going to need you to." When you said that you're going to need me to watch it the rest of the way, I ended up watching it. So,
but hey, I'll be here to keep you alive this time. Is this what we're going to do? The Barbie sequel?
No.
I'm enough. Him enough. Corey enough. Corey enough. I'm just Corey. Something like that.
Something like that. Interesting. So we all kind of expect that maybe it'll hit on a different note, but we'll have to experience that. Corey, who's all in the chat hanging out with us today?
Bro, we have a lot of people in his house tonight. Woo! We have Kaiju Crazy Craig Roland. We have Bat Fanatic. We have hashtag Restore the Snyderverse guy. We have Pred Alien, Red Robin, Atomic Kaiju 1954, Akio Lee. We have Dean Classified, Monarch Eyes Only, Clever Girl 86, Good Soldiers, Follow Order 66, Dark Jurassic, Wayne Enterprises, King Donkey Kong, Darth Star Killer Unleashed, Carrie Kelly, Oracle's Clock Tower, Red Hooded Outlaw, Trevor H., Beyond the Night, The Butlers in the House, Joker's Wild, 9 Lives in Hell here. The Batman Who Laughs. Did I miss anybody? We have super chats to address for
super
sure.
Chats, let's get to them. And guys, while we're going through
Deadpool's
the
in the house, obviously, and Deadpool is also over at the house, doing
over at the house hanging out. Let us know in the chat if you're ready to go while we go through these super chats real quick.
Red Robin. Yep. Let's do some super chat. And we have some bets going on in the chat as well. So Trevor H hit it hard right from the get-go and said, "Let's kick it off with Like a Panther."
Like a panther.
I think we all have to do it like a panther.
Like a panther. Yes.
Like a panther. Thank you so much for
I hope that when we're doing that, you guys all do it as well at home, like a panther. That's what I imagine. You guys sit in, your room, or
I imagine that too. I would like to think our entire battalion is just like a panther.
Like a panther.
And I hope in that moment, your significant other, maybe your parents, your child, walks in on you during that, and they're just like, "What is wrong with you?" And you just
we're gonna turn to a dance. It'll take over the chicken dance at weddings. People just go back and forth, back and forth,
like a panther.
Like a panther. Oh my gosh!
And Red Hooded Outlaw was he said, "Damn dog, you beat me to it." Sorry, bro, from Trevor H. A Red Hooded Outlaw quickly fired back with another $5 super chat. He said, "This is where the fun begins." Because Trevor H stole his.
Bad Trevor H. He knew it's gonna become a competition now. I like it. Corey, can you give a little Red Hooded Outlaw a little something to say? Thank you.
This is where the fun begins.
This is where the fun begins. He did apologize, but you better believe Oracle Clock Tower saw all the fun, and she said, "Well, I want in on the super chat fun. Super bro, play me something good."
Yes. Oracle, you're awesome. Thank you so much for that $10 super chat. Corey,
I think
you
it's
will
time
play
to get
something
hyped.
awesome.
Okay, I will play something awesome. It's time to get hyped up, everybody.
Time up, don't speak. All the crew lined up for the drum beat. For the drum.
Oh my god. I totally forgot you had that one.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I was like, it's
man.
time to do something special, but yeah, people are having fun in the chat already. People have also been asking if we've seen the Superman trailer.
Oh, the new CW show, huh?
CW show? Yeah, I think. Is that
I
what
mean,
they're
it
talking
looks
about?
like they're just rebooting Lois and Superman.
Huh.
But I liked the other one before.
Maybe.
I don't know.
There might be a reason why I'm wearing a black cap tonight.
Yeah. Nothing against TV movies. They just belong straight for home release.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. To answer people's questions, no, I have not watched it. I was the last trailer and the couple of teasers they've done since then. I'm not jumping to see anything. It's not like, oh my god, I gotta watch it. I'll take my time, and when I have free time to do something silly and stupid, then I'll take a look at it.
Or if you lose a bet.
Or lose a bet. Thank you guys. You guys are so funny. Yeah, man. So, Corey, what's everyone saying? Are they pretty much ready to go?
They are ready, but there is a bet, Trey.
Oh, I forgot about that. What's the bet?
Oracle's Clock Tower said, Red Hood Outlaw said, let's make a bet. Haha, like old times. Yeah. Oh boy. Let's do it. $5 if Bat Channel has blue milk. So they're saying, to clarify, so you are saying he has blue milk, Red Hooded Outlaw. Red Hood Outlaw said yes. And Oracle Clock Tower immediately fired back and said he normally has them on the breakdown, so I will take that bet. People are enjoying it. People thought this was funny. Red Hood Outlaw says it's in. What do you think, Kojay? Do you think he has blue milk today?
I would say no. It seems more of a breakdown thing for Star Wars. Because for a movie, I don't know, blue milk would make one go to the restroom. You don't want to risk that during a cinematic experience, so I'll go with no. I could be wrong.
You're going to go no?
I'm going to go no.
I don't know either. I'm going to go something completely different. I'm going to say he went back to like after last night's episode, with it being a little spicy, little rough, little like that he does have blue milk, and it's going to be a blue milk Russian. He has some alcohol in it.
Like I did
that one time, yes.
That one time, yeah.
Clearly, I guess that means that's a no, because he's like, oh yeah, like that one time.
You never know. Maybe I'm playing into the suspense of it all.
Yeah, so Trey, so what's
or maybe Diana has all the milk right now.
Oh.
There is some truth to that.
What kind of milk are we talking about, Trey?
Hello there.
Hello there. I guess this is truly.
This is where the fun begins.
Yes. Well, I do have some cookies for tonight, some Oreos, because the dark side has cookies. Oreos. But I'm told that every time you have an Oreo, you need to dunk it in some blue milk.
This is why I don't gamble.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm sorry, gosh. Oracle. I let you down on that one, Yes, I do have some blue milk. So
is there anything in it?
There's nothing fancy in it this round.
Probably blueness.
Did you guys ever try the blue milk that True Moo did? That Jedi blue milk?
No, I actually missed out on that.
Yeah.
We have a in Sri Lanka. We have a pink milk treat. It's some kind of syrup mixed in with it, turns it pink. So I figured it would just taste like that, and I just had more pink milk. It's nice.
Yeah. What's people saying? Are they ready
People
to go?
are saying they're ready. People are loving Kojay wins for the best shirt.
I agree.
Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs, especially at Walt Disney.
Yeah, you'll be seeing cartoon characters all over the place.
Oh,
little boy, you want some weed?
Gosh, don't do the drugs. From the Disney shills over here.
The Disney shows. I got a bad joke.
Gosh.
Why did Mickey start doing cocaine?
Because he found out Minnie was Daffy Duck or whatever. Yeah, Donald.
He just found out Minnie was just fucking goofy.
Oracle's Clock Tower popped back in and said, for the blue milk belt, hashtag well worth it.
Well worth it. Well,
you know
worth
what?
It.
You know what? You guys have literally just made me think of a new reel I'm gonna create. We're gonna make a
video GIF
a blue milk reel. No, we're gonna make a blue milk reel. That's for sure. That's happening. And I think we're gonna do the one where he's like pushing on the pushing on it. Yeah, it is
it's delicious.
Oh yeah,
blue milk.
Luke
Skywalker for the sea cow teat of the galaxy. Okay, well if everyone's ready to go, let's go ahead. Whoa. Sorry. Yes, we got to say a little something. Thank you, Oracle. Appreciate you.
Yep, I think we're going to do this one for this time. Oh.
Credits will do fine.
No, they won't.
Credits will do fine.
No, they won't. What, you think you're some kind of Jedi waving your hand around like that?
Especially since we had some back and forthness going on there. Thank you so much, Oracle's Clock Tower. You guys crack me up, that's for sure. And Dadpool wants to know, is that blue milk RFK Jr. Approved? Or is there probably like blue dots?
There's no red 40 in it. No red 40. It's very healthy. It's maybe the healthiest milk. I don't know. Completely from American cows. American cows are the best.
Red, white, and blue milk.
Red, white, blue milk. It makes purple. Purple's a royalty color, But all right, if everyone's ready to go.
You thought we were ready to go.
Oh, snap. Kojay, Philly Goose, coming in with a $5 super chat saying credits will do fine. Don't do drugs. Is that how you pronounce that, Kojay? Drugs.
We'll watch it Disney, I guess.
I know which one I'm going to play for you now.
Oh,
Liar! Traitor!
Oh!
Yeah.
Do it.
Fine. We just need to get
Don't
to
do
it.
drugs.
Do it.
Definitely don't.
That's where
Do it.
That's where the W came from. The Walt dealer.
Drugs. The very fantastic chic.
Drugs lead you to the Sith.
Yeah, you don't want that. They may have cookies, but they also have drugs. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, now that this party has completely gone off the rails, let's go ahead and pull this up. Corey, hopefully you have our countdown timer.
We're ready, buddy.
All right.
Just tell me when.
Here we go, guys. Rogue One, a Star Wars story, starting in 3, 2, 1, play.
Oh, I like that we don't see those helmets flashing.
Correct, yeah. Michael Giacchino actually did the music to this, and I feel like he does a really good job. I mean, in terms of him approaching John Williams scores, he did Jurassic World. I think he has a good ear for sounding like his music belongs
It's
in
very
the John Williams film.
complimentary, which is,
Yes.
I think, how you should take any Star Wars story. Because John Williams did Jurassic Park as well.
Yep.
So even in the beginning, you had those isolated clarinets playing in the background, going. "Toodaloo." It's very Star Wars. I love it. Vibes. Because this was the first Star Wars movie that wasn't an episode, you know?
That's true. Yeah, that's a good
So
point.
a lot of us were like, okay, what are we prepared for? Because many of us were wowed and hopeful with Force Awakens, whether you liked it or not. We're like, okay, let's see where this is going. That was the general consensus.
Yeah. And I do think it was a smart move to not do the whole, iconic Star Wars scroll and theme, because it isn't an episode. It's a spin-off story,
Yeah. I wouldn't hate it if it didn't have it. I mean, if it did have it, I wouldn't hate it either.
Yeah.
Oh wait, this is the past. I remember now. Trey, how do you eat your Oreos? Do you dunk them, or do you let it soak in a bit, or you take a bite then drink, or you take a bite, chew it up, and then drink and
Oh,
gurgle?
this is a great question because I do Oreos dirty. Trey, you let me know.
You do Oreos dirty. Is there a proper way to eat your Oreos?
Oh, bro, I definitely want to hear in the chat, but let's hear how you eat your Oreos.
Well, see, now I'm nervous because now I feel like I'm being judged. I mean, I've seen the commercial with like Peyton Manning and Eli Manning where they just do the licking the frosting thing. I think that's weird.
I agree. I don't do that. I didn't even include in my options.
So, all right, probably the one thing I do that is, I know my wife hates it, but it's some real fat guy stuff, I guess you could say. I'll accept it. But no matter what the Oreo is, whether it's double stuffed, single stuffed, or just whatever is in between, I do always separate two Oreos and put like the extra frosting with another one, I don't dunk it. I do like the eat a cookie, a little bit of milk kind of thing. Yeah. Well, how do you guys do it? What's the proper way?
I usually eat one, and then drink and just swash them off in there. I feel dunking takes too long, and then I could get distracted, and I drop it in there. I'm like, oh no, I can't get it out. And then by the time I drink, it's all like soggy mush. So
yeah, I don't like soggy anything. To me, it's I gotta have crunch. That's the best way to get that for me.
All right, I was getting things set up here, but you said you just dunk them, Trey, and
no, I bite and then milk. I drink milk.
And you dunk them, Kojay? You dunk them like?
I used to. I do chew, and then when it's like, and then I put some milk in there.
All right, you guys ready for this? Like I said, I do Oreos dirty, very dirty. So
like you insult them first, or what?
Yeah, I talk dirty to them. Talk dirty to me.
Listen
no.
Here, you little chocolate frosty. Yeah, you're creamy.
I haven't had Oreos, and I can't tell you how long I've had. I've had Oreos. So I'm prefacing that first. But what I do is I take a full glass of milk, or like maybe not full glass of milk. Well, yeah, I usually pour full glass of milk first. I take a big gulp of milk where I have decreased the amount of milk in there. I dunk one and I immediately eat it. And then I take like 3 or 4 more and I just drop them in the milk and let them just kind of float there. And then drink them. Yeah. Drink them.
You have a whole process.
Yeah.
I commend you. That's quite original.
Yeah.
What?
Yes. They get super soft. Sometimes they'll fall to the bottom and then you just boom. And then it's like your milk kind of turns into like a chocolatey milk type thing.
Oh no, that's like grainy milk right there. No thanks. That's what I'm all about. I don't care if it's double stuff, single stuff. I always put 2 cookies together. Yeah, like I said, it's some fat guy stuff.
Yeah, King Donkey Kong. Now, Bat Channel, do you dunk your Oreos? Legit question right there. Dark Star Killer agrees. Dunk it. You have to dunk and soak. Oh, Wayne Enterprises. Okay, how long are we soaking for? Because I'm soaking for a long time. It's soaking in there for a good while. Don't get me wrong, I still like eating the crunchy ones every now and again, but if I'm drinking and like, oh, one slide's back, there you go.
It's kind of like you got the best of all worlds.
Dunking is for Sith sympathizers. Oh.
Whoa.
Hashtag dirty talk your Oreos. It's the only way for Oracle.
It's the only way. It's the only way to enjoy an Oreo.
Is it the way, Trey?
You should just dirty talk all your food.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Come here, cheeseburger with your soft cheese, melted cheese. Oh yeah, just like that. The way you lay over my meat.
See, never mind. That is dirty. I told you that.
That got too far.
I do it dirty. I let those things float and soak and like fall to the bottom.
Those opening titles were already better than Andor's. It was just like and then show.
Gareth Edwards ain't wasting time. They told him it had to be less than a 2.5 hour film. He's like, all right. And here we go. Right where Cassian was heading.
How long do you think? Oh, did he just arrive? Is that what he's just arriving?
Yeah.
I think he's been there. He's meeting up with the contact. Oh, there you go. All right, Andor had a lot of silly wasting time stuff of pouring in drinks, pouring in milk, watering plants, and all that. I want to see if there's any of that in this one.
Interesting. Okay,
right?
Intriguing.
Because already my criticism with Andor, I was thinking about it. They focused on unimportant stuff with important stuff in the background or had already happened.
The Batman Who Laughs asks, "Hey there, is that the guy from the show that was named after him?"
It kind of reminds me of
that.
what was the guy who does the pitch meeting things? Like, oh my god, that's the dude from the last movie.
I think the Batman Who Laughs listened to the
Do it.
part of the drug conversation. Hashtag don't do it. Cassian did shoot first. That's interesting. Look at his face. He does not care. There's like no care in his mind.
There was a pinch of remorse. A pinch.
Yeah, I think
You
there
think
is.
so?
There's a little something.
Yeah,
but
he had a little sway and then his head.
the
tilted
point
a little
is
bit,
he did it. He was quick to it too. You know, he knew he had to, and I don't believe
a year ago he couldn't kill Deidre.
Well, I don't think it was a whole year.
Was it not?
I mean, I
The
know they
massacre
say
was a whole year, wasn't it?
why won, you know, in the final episodes of Andor, but I think it's just within that year, so it could have been
No. That was 2 BBY was the where he was supposed
Massacre,
to kill Deidre.
right?
Yeah.
Oh yes, yeah, technically, yeah. But I'm saying the finale was within the last year before.
Mm.
Do you think there's any? I can't remember. Is there any drug references in this with Saw Gerrera?
They mentioned spice.
He does suck in the gas, and I think that's what they're referring to. Is that the gas he sucks in that made him insanely paranoid is from all the gas that he's breathing in.
CP3PBG. Already, the pacing is way better than Andor. I don't like that. Like now, if we hit the 50-minute mark, I'm gonna see how much story we accomplished in the movie compared to the series. Oh, chokeslam.
It feels so much faster paced.
Right? It's like a totally different worlds, I feel.
Granted, a show you can kind of afford to take your time because movies you get this one shot to go through it, I feel like.
They took their time way too much.
True. So somewhere, and I've searched for it forever, because Gareth Edwards directed this, there's somewhere in Yavin a Godzilla 2014 poster of some sort.
What?
Yeah, I have not been able to find it I think I've watched this movie maybe 6 times.
So Batman Who Laughs says, hey, there's that droid that we barely saw in the Andor series.
I'm sensing the theme, Batman Who Laughs.
It's a trap!
I like have the chat on one side and the movie on the other side. So when I heard that was just hilarious. Good timing.
Come on, Batman Who Laughs. I'm waiting for it. Pull it up.
Ooh, my Mothma.
On Mothra. Beautiful. The Batman Who Laughs says, hey, there's that senator that has the haircut in the series.
Mm-hmm. My Mon Mothra.
Jesus.
I'll be her man Mothra.
Why did you say that name?
I just gotta know. Has our live chat already been drinking? Are you guys drinking tonight? You guys are lively.
People are passing the milk.
Do it.
People are like, "Hey, trade drinking blue milk. Let's get crazy."
Already, I don't like the. It seems like Cassian is very comfortable being around the chain of command again, whereas before it seemed like he was in the doo doo den. So that doesn't sync up with me. See, that's a story they should have ended with in Andor, like fill in that gap.
Right?
I feel like there's too many gaps between gaps, and they just wasted time with season 2.
Yeah.
Hey, look who's back!
Who's that guy?
Jimmy Smits.
Who is he? I don't recognize him. Yeah, wait, who is that guy? The Batman Who Laughs is. Who is he? What have you done with Bill?
Wait, Smits was in season 1, right?
No, I don't. Was he?
They didn't have
I
his
don't think he
character in
was.
season 1.
I don't think he was in season 1 at all. I think the last time we saw Smits was Obi-Wan Kenobi show.
Right.
The Batman Who Laughs is he is wearing the same clothes from the Senator in the Andor series. He needed a clean shirt.
Well, that's the benefits of having the same costume designer.
Andor should be acting super sus around Bale right now. Like, who is this guy? Bale is definitely ISB now.
He's definitely ISB. Yeah.
Yeah, do not trust Bale.
Like season 2.
Ooh, shots fired.
I do like K2SO, man. He's my SO.
He got some sass to him, and I like. It's like if R2D2 had a voice, you know.
Or like he's like a less panicky C3PO. He's like, oh my gosh, the odds of surviving an asteroid field is 125 out of 2. Yep, he's going fast. Oh dang! I need to give him a ticket. Dang, he needs a prosthetic for the prosthetic. See, if this was Andor season 2, this part would be in the 3rd episode.
The Batman who left says, "Hey, it's that crazy guy who does gas from that series we just watched."
I'm sensing a trend.
Who does gas?
I am Gas Vader.
Do it.
Don't do drugs.
Liar!
Seriously though, don't do drugs.
Yes.
If I had the time, I would re-AI the audio here to make it seem like helium. Every time he did that, his voice would be the chipmunk helium thing afterwards.
He took a big hit off of that, bro.
That was a big one. Zip.
Today you're going to die. That's such a great shot. Oh,
Yeah, that was
Gareth
nice.
Edwards. If there's one thing I'd say about his directorial eye, he has such a keen eye for like sizing. With the 2014 Godzilla, everything, the sizing was just phenomenal. It really felt larger than life, and I just love how he scales things.
Yeah, because you guys introduced me to Godzilla versus Kong and all that stuff. I saw Monsterverse 2, King of Monsters. I mean, so he really does have that scope, and you feel how big Godzilla is. You feel how big the Death Star is. You feel how big all these things are.
Yeah.
It's a very nice, immersive experience. Oh, Tron Legacy 2.0 attempt at digitizing faces. I forgot about that.
Uh-oh. You know what to do, the Batman laughs.
Do it.
I can't wait to see what he does with Jurassic World Rebirth. The Batman Who Laughs says, "Hey, there's that critic guy from that Andor series. He punished Deidre for doing her job."
Your voice sounds like something from Fairly Odd Parents. I don't know if you remember that show.
Oh god,
Traitor!
I haven't seen that show in forever, dude.
Yeah, it was quite brilliant.
I'm just a guy. Did you ever talk about Luthen in this? I don't recall.
No, Luthen was all Andor, I think.
Hashtag make Luthen's death purposeful? Is that like how
Purposeful.
what we're gonna say? Yeah, like they
See, as far as catching up with backstory,
Impactful.
that was great. That was less than a minute. We're back to the main situation.
Do it. Do it.
Thank you, Beyond the Night.
give us a do it, Trey.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
You feel the unlimited power of my Death Star. Idiots.
Do it.
Oh my gosh.
It's hump day. Hump day. I think that's why we're all a little spicy tonight.
Maybe.
And this is the first time the Bat Channel's been back to back in a while, huh?
It is, yeah. Bat Channel's not getting sleep anymore with the baby around. You know, we all feeling a bit salty.
Take the vitamins.
Hump day.
Mm. I wonder if this was also taken from Zack Snyder. You know how he had the tentacle monster with what's his name?
It's kind of. I was just thinking that the cinematography really does remind me of that scene with
Because they read his script.
Atticus Noble. Yeah,
Atticus Noble. Yeah, that's his name. Whoa, it looks like an open-aired prison. Man, that shot. Mini Bogale. He's a wanted man in 4 star systems. All right, that doesn't sync up with his story, I feel. If you're watching this. My man, Donnie Yen, let's go.
so this is kind of interesting with his character now. So we can tell he's kind of force sensitive, and it's similar to that force healer that we saw in the couple of last episodes of Andor.
Yeah. I think some people are force sensitive, like with one skill of the force, you know?
Yeah.
Now, what's crazy to me is that they casted Wen Jiang in this film. The other Jeddah native guy, because that guy is a phenomenal actor in Hong Kong and director. He has a movie called Warriors of Heaven and Earth that he directed and starred in. Dude, this guy is amazing. And they got him next to Donnie Yen. That's just awesome. He doesn't do much action, Unless he has to in movies, he's not known for any martial arts. Just a straight up visionary director. He's so good, and he's in this. That's awesome. Wachawaka Didi.
Like, see here, this scene is a great example of kind of the different factions, the people kind of getting frustrated and rising up against the Imperials' oppression.
Which
And I wish we would have got more of this in season 2.
I was about to say, they could tell so much story with such a budget and with such a time that they had, but they focused on background irrelevant stuff to the real, like, I'm not just saying action, but like everything didn't feel mission based. It felt more personal based, stuff that doesn't matter, you know?
Yeah.
The stuff in between. Like we got glimpses of how cruel the Empire was, but then they quickly evaded it. Because I remember what one of the people came by saying that, is it like genre or setting based? And I'm also thinking,
Yeah.
well, Star Wars is also an action story, action adventure. To take the Star Wars out and turn other stuff in, like what's next? We're gonna get a Star Wars rom com, uh, Tatooine the musical. I don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah, I saw that Joker's wild. Oh, low blow, low blast. Oh wow, she can handle herself. Mm. Mhm.
Oh man. K2SO is a great character.
I mean, I think he's inspired by Jimmy, so he would be great.
Mm.
Hey,
Dude's such a badass.
and all the action movies he's been in, he's never been like a blind warrior. So this is kind of cool because blind swordsman of any kind is very classic.
Hmm.
Donnie Yen, also a fantastic action director and choreographer and director. I think he's done 2 movies, starred in a bunch. He did the choreography for Blade 2.
And honestly, you bring up a good point with Donnie Yen here, Kojay, because one thing that has been said about a lot of the sequel trilogy and with other Star Wars movies, or even some of the shows like Ahsoka, um, a lot of people felt like the choreography has really been lackluster. That scene right there is so fire, so great.
And that's an aspect of Star Wars too, because Ray Park is a wushu expert. So he really brought the like Chinese kung fu style to Star Wars that usually they hire fencing artists and they still work with fencing artists and they explore other forms of combat, and you have to take care of that aspect of Star Wars as well, because then you got dogfighting, firearm action, hand to hand, whatever it takes. Because this is an action story. Always should be.
I like what Keen Donkey Kong said. Said that was an interesting point from Donnie Yen's character, where he says the strongest stars have hearts of Kyber. He says, like the weapon of the Death Star, which is it's kind of a as Darth Starkiller says, double meaning. I like it. Yeah. Are you kidding me? I am blind.
Oh yeah, Oracles know he was in John Wick too. He was also blind.
Oh yeah, was his character Kane? Such a good movie. That was one of my favorite action flicks a couple of years back.
John Wick inspired by The Man from Nowhere on my watch party with Corey. You have to see that one again. I'll do a encore if you need to one day.
What's up, Brogu? Good to see you, dude. Is that Baby Yoda with an afro? That might be one of the greatest scenes I've ever seen, Brogu.
That is super Brogu. I like it.
Right? That's funkadelic, Brogu.
Matches my shirt. Oh.
Brogu says, I really enjoyed Andor. It was a great show that leads right up to Rogue One. Brogu, we struggled with season 2 a bit. Love season 1, but can you, because I know you've been able to jump on every now and then with our shows, can you give us like 3 of your biggest points of why you loved season 2, especially for Andor? I agree there's moments of brilliance, but I felt like the overall execution of season 2 was nowhere close to season 1.
And I agree with harsher criticism. Or equal.
That's intriguing. See, now that's a line that kind of hits heavier, knowing his journey. So I can see what Tony Gilroy means by that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, if I had to live through the Andor season 2, I'd have be in a cage as well. But yeah, I get what you mean. The history, and I think that could have been still impactful if they went with it as they did this film. Because look, we're already at 40 minutes into this film. How much story did we cover?
Yeah, great point. Because by now the episode would be close to being over. Brogan says, I think I really enjoyed the writing and dialogue of the show. I think everyone did a fine job acting as well. I mean, yes, I think that is something that cannot be denied with Andor, is that the dialogue of the show was always really well The performances of the actors, they clearly got some great actors, like Stellan Skarsgård, who played Luthen, and obviously the actress that played Mon Mothma. I definitely feel like the production value and the quality is there. Still think just the execution of the major story plot points were the focus was in wrong areas at a lot of times.
However, this part of like interest in the weapon feels like a leap because I felt like they doubted him.
Well, it definitely
Too much.
We didn't see the other senators or the rebellion leaders there other than Mon Mothma, and we know she was the one that was kind of like, I think there could be something to that. If Luthen died for it, there must be some truth behind it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think, man, Andor like milked the wrong focus of the story in areas they could have done it elsewhere. I felt that looks like an Andor logo.
It does, yeah. Similar shot.
Mm-hmm. Whoa, Death Star's upside down. Man, this is awful. Leave him alone. He just got violated by a Bogali.
Bogali.
He might be pregnant. So this would be the beginning of episode 2 if it was an Andor thing, you know?
Yeah.
That's how I feel they should have shot all of season 2. Like treat each third one, each set of 3 like a film.
That's a great point because you could probably really break this
into 3
particular movie into 3 episodes and it would fit nicely. It would be a solid story arc. Well, it is already as a movie, but compared to what we got with Andor season 2, it didn't always feel that way sometimes.
Like this episode would open with our homies in the cell, you know?
Hmm.
You could end it with like, "You are a prisoner." Dun-dun, you know?
Wow.
I like that his reflection, the hologram is blue, and in a way, that's her force ghost, kinda like
Mm.
talking to her. The fact that he was so big, lifelike. Little nice Star Wars motif. Man, he could've got carpal tunnel doing that. Yeah, gotta twirl it, make sure it works. Go, 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 snap out of it. See? Urgency, suspense, we need more of that. I don't have the lung capacity.
Save the dream.
Dang, this is intense.
Oh, it's such a
Right?
great shot.
Trevor H, yeah. He agrees too. This is like so like, ooh, crap. You gotta go ASAP. I would have preferred if Andor was like 6 episodes long
Mm.
without being stretched out. I think it would have hit a lot better. Dang. How captains of ships, even when the ship is going down, they don't leave until everyone's gone? Kinda
Mm.
gave me that vibes.
Woo! Crazy. And you end with a shot like that. It's so good. It's like a painting, man.
Yeah, we did see him in Revenge of the Sith.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're just WBing him like they did to Zack Snyder or something. Little do they know it's already done.
Right, yeah. And see, that's kind of the silly thing about, I think, in this particular case, like they already, like Cassian already saw the Death Star's abilities essentially.
Mm-hmm.
What's the point of killing Galen at this point?
Right? It's kind
The
of
job
stupid
is
to
done.
me.
You know?
Yeah, I'm like, what? Is like taking revenge of the creator after the creation is out loose and free?
Yeah, if anything, the goal from the get-go should have been extracting him.
Mm-hmm. Tell us its weaknesses. You know everything. It's like, come on. Like in the Rogue Squadron comics, that were really awesome. Back in the regular EU days or whatever. They had, I forget his name, but they got a commander from the Empire to defect and join the rebellion and tell them all the flight tactics of the TIE fighters and the Star Destroyers, routes and everything. And then the rebellion had a one up on the Empire big time. Because I kind of feel like I get all the intensity of this mission without Andor.
This is actually interesting. This scene right here, the fact that Cassian is downing her.
Right?
She's giving the same speech that he gave the rebellion leaders about Luthen.
Mm-hmm.
You would think he'd be more sympathetic to it.
Because he was pitching it so hard.
Yeah. And would understand. Sorry, go ahead, Corey.
Are we having some retconning going on here?
Not retconning, but I think
their motives don't match up.
The motives, now that we know the history, in some places there's moments where there's lines that hit harder, and there's moments where like, okay, now this feels out of character now that we know some backstory.
Exactly. And we kind of saw that weird thing with the whole like trying to take out Daedra, remember?
Hmm. And we kind of know that Cassian's not a huge fan of that rebel officer on Yavin who gave him
Hmm.
the order to take out Galen.
And that officer had trust issues with Cassian.
Yeah. So he doesn't have any commitment or loyalty towards that guy. If anything, he kind of dislikes him.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Or bad. Right, Batman Who Laughs? Again, that was my criticism. They move at such a pace, maybe they don't have time to do their homework, you know? When they're just pushing all these projects out. Because you gotta remember, Disney had a
I,
lot of layoffs too in their company.
I think this also is what happens when you run across like I don't know multiple writers, because multiple writers may have been like, oh yeah, this sounds good for what we're trying to do, and then like totally like, oh yeah, I forgot I wrote this scene in there that's going to completely contradict it. So
Mhm.
welcome back then. I like that hashtag refund with Jimmy Smith. I agree. That was a complaint of mine in Andor.
Mhm.
Um, it's lazy work from Disney to allow for this type of scheduling conflict, so they say, to happen, especially with how small of a role that he
Mhm.
actually was in this episode. They could have easily have made him the blue hologram or something along those lines to stay true with the character. And don't get me wrong, what's his face did a fantastic job trying to be in that role.
Benjamin Bratt.
Benjamin Brad, yeah, Brad. But it's not his role. So like every time I saw him, I'd be like, "Ah, you're not who you say you are, imposter."
Yeah. No, I agree. And again, if it's a scheduling conflict, that could be a sign that it's also a rushed production.
Yeah,
Because if you really do want to invest in the time for such accuracy and stuff, with the budget they had, come on. It just tells me the budget was spent on speed. I don't know. Just doesn't bode well for me looking back. Oh, that looks great. I like that. And we needed more like situations and missions and stuff in Andor too. Mhm. Hey,
What's up, Giratina?
What's up, Giratina?
Rogue One.
Yeah, we're doing Rogue One today. So Andor's over, other than our breakdown this Saturday.
Friday.
Finale. Or sorry, Friday. Thank you, Kojay. We're just doing what Tony Gilroy recommended, which is after watching all of Andor, watching Rogue One to get a different viewing of it, a different background with it.
Tony may have had a Disney blaster to his head though when he said that.
Can confirm that it's still Deidre. Let's see how long it takes him to take a shot here.
Seems like anytime Cassian brings out the sniper, that's when he hesitates.
Maybe the force is strong with him. He's saying this is not right. He's holding it right though, not straight up to his eye.
Right. Yeah, he's not going to scope himself this time.
I wonder if he can hear him. That's why he's pausing.
Well, it's also a bad situation. Like, there's so many guards there.
Yeah, you can't hear them. Oh, his conscience.
Wait, now he has a conscience again?
Well, maybe he saw the situation where he jumped in front of the firing squad and, just physically doing that. It's like, wait a second.
I think it's also kind of confirmation of what Jin says earlier, of like, okay, if he's this big Imperial officer building the Death Star, why would they, one, kill his team, two, punish him? It does make the story start to make sense.
Huh.
Daedra, however, no.
Daedra was just a scapegoat.
Was that said in Andor? That would have been cool. Is that old? Oh, no. Nice. I like how the TIE fighters always drop and go forward, like like they're bats or something.
Yeah.
Woo! No, one of my guys. Oh, damn. Ooh yeah. I agree, bro. Gru. It was beautiful.
Andor really flowed beautifully into Rogue One. I think they did a really good job in that area. Um,
I don't know
I'm
about the
mixed
float
on
part,
it.
though, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it could have been better, but I do think there is some beauty within it, like knowing somewhere out there Cassian has a child with Bix.
Mm-hmm.
It's heartbreaking to know his end. Feel like there was a few things though that were kind of forgotten. One being, what was the whole point of Cassian's sister in season one? That was his
Mm-hmm.
main mission, and we have no idea what that was about or if it'll ever come up. Imwe's character is awesome in this film. Yeah, yeah, it is.
This music sounds like heartbreaking music in Empire Strikes Back almost.
Mm.
Dang. Homie took him out. We need that gun in Fortnite. Not just never see, but never know about, you know? It's good.
Yeah, agreed, Brogu. That could have been a reference to Surreal, maybe,
Yeah.
or Bix even.
Mm.
And see that once again, right there. That's
That doesn't
Cassian.
add up because he's been breaking orders when he knows they're wrong.
Yeah,
Like, no problem. It
we
would have
saw
been
that
cool if
he
that was the
was.
first time he did break them, where before he followed orders and then regretted following orders.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Like when he went to go rescue Keela.
Mm-hmm.
Clea, sorry. Welcome to the war, kid.
Mhm.
Yeah, love Predator 2.
Yeah, Predator 2 is great.
So there, a nice little connection. We know that he kind of needed to be better about telling them when he was coming in, unscheduled.
Mhm. I mean, little things like that are nice.
Yeah. But overall, there are those moments that we see, okay, based on the Andor show, that's out of character for him.
Yeah. Almost feels like it's like a different universe of a backstory, and then having Benjamin Bratt in there is a sign of it.
So cool.
Is that the same healing tube, you know?
Mm.
Like, he has to constantly go in that thing?
Yeah, the back to tank. Yeah.
Mhm. You can show how damaged he is, you know?
The more and more I think about it, I kind of feel like Bix is the worst.
I'm with you there.
Yeah, I don't like what she did with this
Absolute
character.
worst. Absolute worst. You'll find out why tomorrow or Friday.
Yeah, they need the Death Star secret as possible, you know? They could get away with that. Just eliminate people and planets as they want, you know?
Mm. Such a great scene.
Not even looking at him.
Not to choke on your aspirations, director. Ah. Vader don't play no shit.
Yeah, Anakin's into choking.
Every time Vader shows up, baby.
I would have liked to see that, you know, all the gathering. That would have been nice.
I think it would have been important to see from Mon Mothma's speech, but to see Yavin already in development,
Mhm.
you know, the rebellion's already kind of in full force. We kind of missed it, you know.
And
We
getting these
saw
characters on board, what was their story getting in? What they sacrificed to be here? They seem
We-
pretty key important.
right. We saw the Empire gather. Empire
Yeah.
gathered quite a bit. They had their meetings. No shot.
Yeah, we can't waste any more moments like Andor season 2. The threat is too great.
Yeah, no one's getting her backstory some more. Kind of disappoints me a bit because she should be
all gung ho about it.
She should be granted, I don't think they would have wanted to run like a dictatorship, to resemble anything like the Empire, but you need someone who's going to be like, damn it, this is what we're going to do. And it seemed like Luthen put in a lot of his trust that she would be that person for the rebellion. And too many times we see her kind of take a step back and play the politics of even the Council of the Rebellion.
Burger asks, Senator Organa, there's something different about you. You look different. Have you lost weight? I said he was an imposter. Okay, hear me out. At the bare minimum, AI CGI his face, like could they have him like mouth the lines and such like that, like videotape his face doing it, still pay him money, and then if they wanted it in person one, plant it over the dude's face.
That's assuming Smansky would have given them permission though too.
That's what I'm saying. It would have had it work out, but
I think they could just wait for his schedule, man. It's worth it to do that,
right?
It almost makes you think, and I think that's the issue with it, that the fact that they weren't willing to wait, that there's not many.
I don't think it's a scheduling issue, to be honest with you.
I don't think so either. I think he didn't want to do it, or he asked for too
Maybe
much.
he read the script and he was like, "Oh, never mind, I'm out."
Do you think he didn't want to do it, or do you think Disney did pay up what he's worth?
Based off what I've heard from Disney recently, like with Jeremy Renner, who plays Hawkeye, he said they wanted to pay him half the salary that he was paid for season 1 of the Hawkeye show.
So it sounds to me like Disney is not paying people.
To me, it sounds like Disney, if they were looking for places to cut the cost, that was probably it,
That would also make sense why they stretched out story, because then that also cuts cost. Because instead of doing all this budget for one story, you drag out the story and make 3 episodes out of one story.
Why are you trash, Disney?
Where's the speaker? He's like, "What? That wasn't on my schedule. Oh dang, I didn't clock in how fast it was going. I'm so fired."
Slow down. We mentioned that earlier, Brogu. Much rather to see Jimmy Smith and Andor. Benjamin Pratt did do a good job, but this is a Disney failure at this point with Organa.
Can't really blame actors who take on a job, really. It's not their fault. Unless they're just a bad actor, that's a different story altogether. And Benjamin Bratt's not a bad actor.
No. This is Disney being lazy.
Yeah.
Not having the
Greedy,
money
eager,
to do.
impatient.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Babylon 5 in their story, they have a crazy death penalty for prisoners. It's called
Mm,
spacing. It's where you're in a hangar, they strap you in a chair, and they open an airlock, and then they just close it until you're dead.
mm.
Until after you're dead.
You know, I don't know if that was ever answered too. Now thinking about it,
Which up?
the necklace that was so important to Luthen that he gave Cassian.
Mm, that's right. Because she has a white kyber crystals, like, for a white
Yeah,
lightsaber. That's right, man. See, this could be the beginning of episode 3.
yeah. This would be kind of the start.
Yeah, Pat Dan said, Corey, check your Twitter DM to see how much of a scheduling conflict Jimmy Smith's had. Hashtag no excuses.
That's why I think there
He's
was
only
something
in.
else.
It's absolutely something else. Like Dexter
Mhm.
Resurrection, one episode is all you got for me for upcoming for him.
And for the time
It
they
was
shot his character, he would probably be there for maybe 2-3 days tops.
yeah.
Yeah. See, I like the story because I love how it's very like focused on missions and goals, and it's a bunch of us, people who aren't like space wizards. Right. That's what I feel too, Kaiju. Crazy. It was more of like emotional stuff. Doubts.
It was more of a soap opera.
Yeah, it was. It's like, okay, stuff's crazy. Sit down. I'm gonna pour a glass of something, something. And talk to you about
Mhm.
something, something. What do you believe, by the way, in astrology, Jedi? I don't
Yeah.
know. You know.
Reactionary dialogue rather than,
Mm-hmm.
involved action.
Mm-hmm. How are you and my boy getting along in this nice flat? I wonder what those two Casey Jones bats are for, you know? Corey, is this your first time seeing all the way through this movie, or?
No, I've seen it before all the way through.
Ah, cool.
I looked up Ben Brad's IMDb's for upcoming projects, and he has one more project than Jimmy Smith's as well.
Oh,
And a
really?
bigger project. It's a movie versus Jimmy's one episode in Dexter.
Ah.
Ba-ba-ba-bum-bum.
Brogu.
Rogue One is a great movie, in my humble opinion. That the power of one, the power of two, the power of many.
I hate that song.
So awful. No, dude, I
That
agree.
song
I
is
think
like a grade below the ants come marching down one by one.
no, Rogue One is definitely the best live action Star Wars movie that Disney has made.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Dude, on my audio, they sound like he was there. Looking around. That was good. I love how stormtroopers talk about random stuff. I mean, you're on job, you're bored. What do you want to do?
Yes, 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 yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, 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 yes,
Would
yes.
they run the best? Yeah, yeah, but
Oh,
hope the new place has been treating you well, Batan.
Oh, nice. You got a new spot? Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's screwed up.
It's making me want to play some Star Wars Battlefront.
Mm.
yes, 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 yes.
Yo, you gotta
yes,
try that
yes,
Star Wars themed Fortnite at the moment
Yes.
before it's
Oh, I
gone.
need to.
yes, 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 yes.
Super Corey malfunctioning.
Do it.
She's a little small for a stormtrooper, don't you think?
Boom. Oh, they covered good ground. Look at that.
Is it inept leadership or is it inept stormtroopers and thing there, which is his constant failures? Because
Right,
clearly,
yeah.
like, their SOPs that these stormtroopers have that constantly follow him constantly screw up, bro.
Mm. Yeah.
And maybe since these guys aren't on the front lines, that they send them like the losers of the bunch to like get a little field experience.
Yeah, they're
Damn,
basically key grips, just picking up heavy shit.
Right. Like, all right, you guys are on the home country, the homeland. You're just here to like pull guard and chill out, bro.
Yeah. Huh? Oh.
The actor looks familiar. I'm looking something up. That actor looks familiar.
That's the part that's so mind-boggling about the rebellion is it truly feels like until Leia gets in there that they're really kind of just there's no leadership really that's like saying this is what all of us are doing. A lot of the rebellion is like their own people, like their own soldiers thinking for themselves and doing what they want to do, what they feel is right, and them having to react to it in that situation,
Mm.
It makes you wonder if that was on purpose,
Leader,
like if that needed
for
to
having
happen
leadership, there's no
survive.
coordination.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't him. Okay.
They were afraid to take risks, and Luthen was, he almost would have been a better general in some aspects. I mean, maybe he would have took too many risks, but in the times of war, and especially with how powerful the Empire is,
I still feel that's kind of. I don't know. I feel like the characters would be a little bit more braver than that because making that choice encourages less storytelling of all the things you could do of going like this type of storytelling. It makes it that the characters are deciding not to do this until later. Therefore, in the past, it means that none of this really happened as much as often as like original Star Wars said that it did. And then if you're like, oh, they were hesitant this whole time, then you could say, okay, then we don't have to do as much action storytelling. We can just have people walking around and talking heads more, you know?
yeah.
I love that. Yeah, that's
So
cool.
Gold Leader could be with the Gold Squadron from Star Wars Rebels, the team that helped extract Mon Mothma from Coruscant.
Right? And how cool would it be to use those actors from Ahsoka to redo something like that or something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That could be fun too and great. But, you know, that would be more costly and more effort. Oh, for Disney, we can't.
Woo! God, I love it. It's such a good shot.
Yeah, I saw this in the theater twice for this part. Go down, faster, faster. I would have switched out of X-Wells and then go faster down, you know?
No. Oh, crazy.
Damn.
Ooh, you got lips, lip. It's like some Top Gun Maverick right there.
Yee.
What did you say?
You know what I said, Corey.
We're on our own.
Did you say Top Gun?
I said Top Gun.
I feel a need for speed. Ha ha! I love how this damn thing still looks good.
Yeah, it is a great background, Corey.
One of my favorites.
Yee. It looks like you're so in the cockpit, man. It's great.
Right?
Maybe we should do our own, like, you know, get stuff like that for X-Wings, and then we could do our own scenes where we're in it.
You should see if there's a Star Wars cockpit, Corey.
Yeah, man. I want an A-Wing. I like A-Wings.
Oh, yeah, A-Wing is pretty cool. Oh, no.
Yeah, they're prototypes. They're not finished. I like that.
Oh, snap.
Woo! On that.
Oh, it's so cool.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love it. Look at that.
Now, this
is
pod
pod
racing.
Oh. Woo! Empire has some crazy hard drive collection. Yeah, Monkey Man shot well.
Do a little Super Sentai. There you go.
Hey.
It's morphin' time.
Makalu change.
Makalu change.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go.
Mhm.
He just Konged them, like when he picks up Sugga and just starts whipping them around.
Mhm. Nice. That was slick.
Ruh-roh.
That is a lot.
That's a tramp.
Kind of answers why in episode 4 we didn't see much of people of color or women X-wing pilots because Empire killed them.
Hmm.
Oh, I hate when the reinforcements didn't get it. No. Ooh, for Jeddah, nice. That was good. Oh, I love that guy. No.
Ruh-roh.
Dang.
I have you now.
That's crazy because if the blast doesn't kill you, being in space does.
Woo!
No, no. Black Saber.
So which one, Trey?
What's that?
This one?
It's okay.
The TIE Fighter one?
That one's already dope.
Right? The X-Wing?
Maybe it was a bow tie fighter. Oh wait. Oh, you got it. I just saw. That looks good, bro.
Yeah, I like this one.
Dang. And the Empire is not one to put together. They just mind wipe and reset if they did.
I think the one you're talking about, Kaiju Crazy Craig, is the TIE Striker.
Those ones?
Those that you see, those like flat kind of winged ones. Yeah, those are TIE Strikers.
Kind of like an A-wing, maybe? Because they look like they're a little quicker.
It was definitely used more for that type of fighting. They were kind of experimental, kind of like the ones that Cassian was first stealing.
No, not KSO! Get USO!
Yeah, I feel you.
Got the Dark Troopers coming in.
Crazy Craig Ron say, just looked it up. Yep, it's a TIE Striker.
Nice.
Boom. Solid.
Woo! Definitely do your CrossFit.
Hardcore.
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 Dang.
What a champion that guy was.
He was, man. I feel for him. She got the hard drive.
You don't just get to say that, bro. And one with the force and the force with me.
One with the force with me.
Guy's cool, man.
One with the force with me.
It's pretty cool.
I feel like everyone walked out of the theater saying that, at least where I was at. Everyone's like, I'm one with the force with me.
I can see that.
I'll never forget my favorite quote I heard from someone walking out of the theater was for Godzilla -1. We were all leaving the theater. Oh, dang. Ow. This one girl was like, oh my gosh, they totally love each other and we didn't even see them kiss. And she was all worked up too. It was great. Dang.
Oh, he did.
He gone.
Oh, his homie, man.
I'm one with the force. The force is with me.
I love that he says it, you know? It's like he finally believes it or he wants to be closer with his buddy. See, this is stuff I expected, honestly, from Andor.
Hmm.
The intensity and suspense and missions, you know?
It's a trap!
That was perfect. Ooh, get that sucker.
Mm.
Try the Morse code.
Pulse code. Is for you who? Gip? Oh no. I like that guy. In a way, this movie also doubles as a caper film, like a heist. In a
Oh, yeah.
tragic way. You know how they sometimes a lot of times the story is that they don't work out for everybody. Damn. Woo! Now that's a really cool ship because like boats, they have tugboats that are so small, but they're strong enough to push a big boat aside.
Yeah.
And it's cool that they implement it because spaceship ships.
And it's like kind of a
Ship
smart
power.
tactic too. Like even though the rebels may have not had the firepower, they at least had the brains to use the imperial weight and power against them.
Mm,
I like it.
yeah.
A little bit of that metaphor of underdogs.
Mm. Well said. Man, all these mini missions. Again, another thing I feel they like how she's gonna fight that guy, kind of like Cora and Atticus Noble on some kind of small area in the air. I don't know. I just feel like the first three Star Wars films copied a lot from Rebel Moon, the script. Damn!
Awesome.
Oh, dang! I agree.
I'm Shmi.
Liar! Traitor!
Right, reminds me of good days when I had to install a game by 12 floppy disks into my PC.
All right.
Have they
Those were
seen
the
you who
days.
she is? Who are you? Poor Surreal.
Yeah. Oh, that fool. I kind of wish to see how that looks coming out of a hyperspace, though.
Right.
Like, I didn't know it could go there. I thought it just moved slow as hell.
That's why, like, when we were playing Fortnite the other night and it wasn't quite Star Wars and it was far away in the distance, and now it's just like right there in your face.
Oh,
yeah, that's cool. Now they added X-Wings and TIE fighters fighting in the background in the sky.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Damn. Who's that guy now? That's not Admiral Akbar.
I believe it is, yeah.
That's Admiral Akbar? Akbar is red, I thought.
That was, I think, one of the continuity issues.
It's a trap!
Really? I didn't know that was Admiral Akbar. I thought that was like Admiral Habib or something, his cousin. Oh, I don't like he's Admiral Akbar's Benjamin Bratt, essentially. Oh.
I love that. The creator destroyed by his creation. May the force be with you, Rogue One.
Vader rarely prepares a boarding party. Oh my gosh. Dang. He had to let her see it? Sure. Ooh, and 2 TIE bombers. I like how it's still kind of floppy disk like.
The best part of this movie is right here.
I think
This is where the fun begins.
movie everything gets better and better and better, intense. You know.
Oh man. So awesome.
And I like that he's still moving like Vader moves. You know, they didn't overdo it.
Oh wait, were you asking if the admiral that is Admiral Akbar?
Yeah.
My bad. It's his name is Radis.
Oh, okay, cool.
So when I heard over the thing.
Oh yeah, with our memes.
Yeah.
Go, homie.
Oh,
that was a dramatic launch.
I love this.
Now see, in Obi-Wan Kenobi,
He would have grabbed that shit.
Vader would have just fucking grabbed it.
Mm-hmm.
Come on back, fools.
Unless he was sensing Leia on there. And he's like, something's weird. You know? But then he did torture and probe her and not know who she was at the same time. So yeah. Yo, integrity.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
Hope. And that's it. That's the end.
There we go.
Is there any in-scene credits, Trey?
What's that?
Are there any end scene credits?
No, there's not.
There are no end scene credits.
There are none.
Any credit scenes?
All right. Well, we did what Tony Gilroy wanted everyone to do after Andor, which was rewatch Star Wars Rogue One to see if they get a different experience out of it. So I guess the question is, Kojay, did you get a new experience from it?
No, none whatsoever. No offense to anyone who loves Andor or Tony Gilroy. That movie tells a good prequel or pre-adventure to set up another a movie which we already know very well on its own. I feel if they treated Andor like the movie, as far as like little adventures, suspense, and it doesn't have to be action, just focusing on the build, because this was all the build of the rebellion finding out the Death Star. Okay, well, what about the build of taking out this ship, the build of getting all these ambassadors part of the rebellion, the build of I feel like Andor focused on unimportant things, and then the important things were last minute, and we were drawn out with all this weird filler. This had no filler vibes, and if there was, it was in a brief montage, and in the span of like 3 episodes worth, with the budget that Andor had, they could have done it easy. They had a budget bigger than Rebel Moon, and that was like 4 hours. You know what I mean? So watching this, I still love it, but Andor didn't add anything for me to enjoy it. Everything I enjoyed with this film was on its own merit, and I actually don't like Andor even more. Like, I might F with season 1 if I had the time, if I had Disney Plus. I don't do drugs though. So yeah, I think this movie's good without the series. I don't feel that the series adds anything other than seeing actors portraying characters that you love. Like, I did love seeing Mon Mothra. I like seeing Cassian some more, but it's still just seeing them on screen. I could get that in one go with Rogue One. I don't feel Andor added anything, especially season 2 didn't add anything except beautiful stuff. If someone does like a cut like they did with Obi-Wan Kenobi, maybe there might be something there to help it out. But yeah, I feel like it was just Andor was DLC pack you could avoid and just enjoy Rogue One as is. You don't need that DLC pack.
That's an interesting way of putting it. Like it's the extra little DLC package that doesn't really affect the future of Rogue One, but it's kind of like the hidden story you never knew, but it's kind of fun. You know, if you want more of the content, more of those characters you love, here's the extra.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. Like you got Mortal Kombat games and you get Mortal Kombat Special Forces and Mortal Kombat mythologies. Do you need them? It's up to you. Mortal Kombat people know what I'm talking about. I don't know if you play those.
Super Bro Corey, what's your thoughts now that you've seen all of Andor? Does it help? Did it change your experience watching Rogue One?
You know, I would say a little bit. Obviously, it provided more backstory to Andor as well. So, like knowing that he has a kid out there with Bix, it makes me kind of annoyed with Bix even more. They could have left together and had that little baby. Who cares about the Death Star blowing up a bunch of planets in the plan? They would have figured it out sooner or later, but no, it makes it a little bit more tragic in that sense, you know, because like obviously he was looking for his sister. You know, there's a kid out there as well that bears the Andor name, you know. So I see it. Obviously, we have more provided backstory now on Cassian, so we know a little bit more about what he's been through the last. Oh gosh, when did season 1 start? Before BBY years, you know, quite some time. So we have a little bit more history there. I still think Andor season 2 was like super slow, and we'll talk more about that on Friday. But I don't think season 2 did its justice in hyping you up for this movie at all. I think they could have done more in that sense. Yeah.
Okay.
What about you, Trey?
There's things I like about it more. Like I do think having some of the background on Cassian is nice, and even kind of understanding where the Rebellion Council is at the leadership is at that point. That being said, as we were watching it, and if you were seeing our reaction, there was a couple of times where like, well, that feels out of character for Cassian at this moment. You know, that doesn't seem like something he would have done from where we last saw him with Andor, or there was certain details that were brought up where, like, I think the biggest one where it felt super out of character for Cassian was the fact that he was willing to listen to General Devon as much as he did, to follow his orders to take out Galen, when really there was no point.
Like out of nowhere.
Yeah, there's no point in taking out Galen at that point. The Death Star was already built. Cassian saw it firsthand, its powers of blowing up Jeddah. And not only that, it just seems like out of all the people, Cassian would have kind of said to General Devon, like, that's not worth it. And the fact that he kind of argued with Jyn Erso about the fact that her father made this incredible sacrifice to help the rebellion, and he wouldn't listen to her. He wouldn't believe her. He followed his orders. Yes, he hesitated in the moment, but he was of the mindset that he was going to go and take out Galen Erso. And I feel like based off the speech he gave the Rebel Council at the end of the show about Luthen's sacrifice and how he was kind of whisked away with it, ignored. I feel like that it didn't help this movie. So there's things I do like. It is a more tragic ending for Cassian. It is a kind of a fun background story about how the rebellion was built and some of the crazy things they had to do, of what Luthen, especially, and Kaylee had to do to keep them in the fight. Is it absolutely necessary that you watch Andor? No, I think you're right, Koji. I think it's a fun DLC that you could, if you want more, it's there. But do you need it? I don't know.
Which is funny because we're typically background people, and I think that just shows the failures that Andor season 2 ended up being. Like, there's some of the, like, they should have had themes that made it hit home even more, you know. Yeah, it's they lack.
I think one of them being the relationship between K2SO and Cassian.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yes, that would be huge.
I mean, we learned to love K2SO from Rogue One, right? But
and it looked like they had a lot of history together too.
Exactly, and what you know in Andor is that their relationship started very late. They've only known each other a couple of years, you know,
barely one.
You know, and you didn't really get to see their relationship fleshed out. But I mean, like I said,
because they definitely had like a, you know, R2D2 Anakin C3PO style level of connection in Rogue One, and really, you know, not really that much.
Yeah.
There's a low budget movie, Automata, that deals with a lot of robots and robotic creatures and stuff, and that was a low budget film, and they had a lot of robots moving around. So with this budget, they should have had K2SO early on a lot longer. Like, some choices of having him just as a little bit towards the end is just, to me, lazy or something. It's like, where did you invest all this money in? Reshoots? Possibly.
Maybe.
Rushed production. I can see that. Rushed productions cost a lot of money.
Yeah. There's just, I don't know if the Andor show fully benefit, like we kind of already said, that there are some issues with now knowing the background of Andor where you kind of go, that doesn't quite work. That doesn't quite make sense now. Beforehand, before you had Andor, like, you would have never questioned it. Now I have things I'm kind of questioning a little bit, but there is some things that are fluff of, you know, Cassian's death hits harder. I do like the moment it was like, do you think they're listening? Based on that scene that he had with the messenger, you know, metaphor that he is that, and it is kind of that beautiful ending. It was kind of beautiful with Donnie Yen's character, Shirat Imwe, who is kind of like the Force healer in that way, you know, where he senses things about Cassian. And he has a kind of a similar relationship in that fashion with that Jyn Erso scene. So yeah, there are some beautiful things about it. But the fact that it poses questions to, and a little bit of conflict of, that doesn't really transition over well. I think that's an issue, because, like, if that's the whole point of Andor, is that the show is supposed to be a nice background story that transitions into Rogue One, I think it creates some issues.
Yeah,
which I think should be your number one thing that you should ensure doesn't happen with a show like that. So we'll talk about it more Friday night with you guys. So make sure you guys set your reminders now. We'll be doing that show at 9 p.m. Eastern to talk about the last 3 episodes and our overall thoughts on Andor. But I think I am glad, nonetheless, that we did this watch party right after season 2 of Andor to get the full journey of Cassian and to see where some of the characters ended up. And I think it makes an interesting chapter in that character's history. But yeah, so Kojay, what you got coming up on your show, my man, as we wrap up?
Before we get there,
oh yeah,
we want to rank this movie, like rate this movie.
Oh, rank.
Like rating.
Oh, our ratings?
Why not? Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, sure. Why not? We'll rank Rogue One. Kojay, you go first.
8.7.
Oh, 8.7. Wow.
If not, it would be 8.1. I'm still conflicted because I really liked the nods it gave, but I'm gonna go with 8.7 because I remember seeing it premiere night and the feelings it gave, the hope it gave. Like, okay, Disney, Star Wars is in okay hands. I see they rewrote my Kyle Katarn adventure. I took great offense to that, so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take my boy Kyle Katarn out. It better be worthwhile, and it was decent. I still like the Kyle Katarn story way better, but my Dark Forces. But I think they have that book out. Really good read if it is. I forget. I have to go back. But yeah, I thought it was a good, decent, and gave me hope for the future and hope for episode. Was it 8? And then everything was downhill after that. So, because I like how they reused a lot of the pilots from New Hope. I like the transition. It looked like, they were taking care of the source material, and yeah. And I still get remember those feelings when I rewatch what they did with all the aesthetics, the characters, K2SO. It's all there. And the fact that I don't have to worry about watching 2 seasons of something else to enjoy it, I can watch it on its own. I bumped it up a notch.
Nice. Super Bro, your thoughts?
I don't know if I want to give my score.
You can. There's no space. Is it a 5?
No. It's not a 5. I'm trying to think. Do you know your score, Trey? Because I'm really trying to.
I'm conflicted on my score.
I feel if it took a little bit more time and used a little bit more drama that Andor went crazy with, like give it 20 minutes or 15 minutes more story, like have a Man of Steel length, I wouldn't mind.
I guess
but no more than that.
I guess my issue is like,
I love it.
This is like my second or third time seeing this all the way through. It's not one that it's a good story, but it's not one that I have in my rotation. So that's where I'm having trouble scoring it. This is not one that I watch out of the blue, and if I do want to watch it, my favorite parts are the parts that Vader's in. So it's like, is that a fair, does it deserve to be in the 8s at that point, or is it just below the 8s? That's where I'm struggling now. So do I rate it like a 7.6 or 7.8 or something like that, or do I put it like an 8.1, 8.2 because of Vader and such like that? Because it is look, Dark Star Killer Unleashed just said it. 9.5 for Vader, man. The scene alone is a masterpiece, guys. That scene is amazing. Trey, honestly, he was the one who encouraged me. He's like, bro, you like Vader, right? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, you need to watch the end. You need to get to the end. Do you remember telling me that, Trey?
I literally told you that scene was a masterpiece. Like, it's one of the greatest Darth Vader things we've ever seen.
That was Darth Vader's BBS warehouse scene.
It is.
Absolutely, dude.
But am I conflicted now because I was literally it's been a while since I've seen this. I was honestly waiting for him to stop that ship from flying away. I was waiting for that force grab to stop it, like we saw in Obi-Wan. So did Obi-Wan screw us there as well?
I'd like to hope that Leia had something to do with it, her presence.
I'm going to give it, because I agree with you, Dark Star Killer. That scene with Vader is a masterpiece alone. I'm going to give it an 8.1.
Nice.
It just barely. Do I want to give it an 8.1? It's either going to be 7.9, 8.1. Yeah, 7.9 or 8.1. Does it get past? Does it get into the 8s for me? And like I said, it's a good story. But when I compare it to the other Star Wars movies. I'm thinking, 4, 5, 6, those are in the 9s easily. 1, 2, 3s, they're going to be close to 9, if not in the 9s as well. I guess then it's fair. I guess it's fair. Yeah, we'll go 8, 1, 8, 2. Yeah, we'll give it 8. And that's the only reason. And I know some people are saying they're surprised about that. 9s, I'm watching it all the time. Like it's in the regular lineup of movies that I'm watching and everything like that. 8, it's a good movie, but I've only seen it a couple of times, in the grand scheme of things. So how do I rank it up there so high with the others? And it's still not one that I'll always seek out to watch. This is one of those, it's a good story, but it's not one that and maybe it's because it's not a classic Star Wars where you could 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6 you can just throw on, do something in the room or the whatever you're working on and just have it up. So that's not Rogue One for me. It's a good movie, it's a good story, but yeah, you know what? Because of the Vader scene, I will keep it at the 8 one.
Okay. Okay, so here's my dilemma. With this movie, I've always kind of hovered around the low 9s, like 9-1, 8-9 kind of area. I'm in between that. Partly because when I think about every other thing, other film that Disney did with Star Wars, it makes me love this movie more. I tend to hold it close and be like, this is the one gem that we got. This is the one that I want to protect and kind of say, okay, this is the one that Disney got right. And I don't even give Disney the credit. I give it to Gareth Edwards because what he did with igniting the Godzilla Monsterverse franchise, you're a goat, dude. I think he's he's no longer an up-and-coming director. He is one of the great directors of my generation. Can't wait to see what he does with Jurassic World Rebirth. But so I've hovered around that area. I do watch it every time May the 4th comes up. I put it, it's the one Disney film I actually put in my marathon list. So I go episodes 1 all the way through 6, and I do include Rogue One. I don't watch Solo. I don't watch 7, 8, and 9.
Never
do any of that stuff. But here's the part I'm struggling on. 1, do I keep it in the 9s because of how much I dislike the other Disney stuff? So that way I feel like I have to protect it a bit. Another part of me says, I feel like Andor didn't quite help. It made me ask more questions or feel more. There was more times I was like, hey, now that doesn't seem right based off what happened in Andor. So part of me is like, well, I got to take the score down.
Oh, wait, though. Is that fair? Because
that's where I'm trying to
this came out before Andor.
Yeah, if I take out the before Andor, I still really love this film. I think there's great things about it. Do I think it's better than any of the other main Star Wars episodes 1 through 6? No. I mean, some of it's nostalgic love, like episode 1. I still love episode 1 because that was my first movie in theaters as a kid. I still love Attack of the Clones. Revenge of the Sith is a masterpiece to me. I'll fight to death on it because I grew up with that movie. Episode 4 is iconic. It's there, man. Episode 5, iconic. Episode 6 is also just iconic. So I think, to be fair, I'm going to stay within my realm of where I felt Rogue One belonged before. I'm still in that hovering place. I think it could go either way for me. It's still hovering in that maybe a 9-1, 8-8 kind of range. It's a high 8, low 9. take that for what you. If you're gonna put a gun to my head and say pick 8, 9.
Whoa! So it fell underneath the 9.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I have failed you, Anakin. I have failed you.
Wow. Interesting.
Well, to me, it's because like I've always said, one of the most interesting parts about Rogue One that I think I told you about this, Super Bro, when I was trying to get you to watch Rogue One to get ready for the Andor season 1, where I was like,
oh my God, that is the first time I watched Rogue One.
Yeah.
Right before Andor season
It was right
1.
before Andor, and I was telling you need to watch it because it makes you think differently about the rebellion because of what Cassian does in that first shot.
I kind of hate you now.
Why?
I kind of hate you now. I wish I told you no. Wow. I think I should have seen it, Andor season 1, Andor season 2, and then watched Rogue One and like experience how they told us to.
It's a trap.
But then again, the prequels did come out after the classic trilogy, so it is kind of Star Wars in that regard-ish.
Though I think it was important because where I was going with that is like it does ask that interesting question of like, what did the rebellion have to do to have a fighting chance against the Empire? And Andor kind of explains that a little bit even better than what Star Wars Rebels does, because Star Wars Rebels is very innocent still with the rebellion. It is very much a kid teenager show where they don't cross that line really. Andor does. And I still feel the same way that I did after watching the finale of Andor, which was the Cassian that we end at the finale of Andor is not the person that we meet in Rogue One. Now you technically can be like, well, technically it is Trey, because that's literally the next thing he does. I'm saying personality and moral stance that he is at in that show at the end. He was still very much against Luthen's methods. And what you see in Rogue One is he's willing to do Luthen's methods. He was mad at Luthen for giving up innocent life, for taking innocent life, to throwing the Gormans to the wayside and letting them be a part of his plan to, ignite the rage against the Empire. He was against that. And that's what strains their relationship. But what you see in Rogue One is the Cassian who agrees with Luthen and his methods. And you don't see from the finale how that transition happens.
But on the flip side, if you would have watched this the right way, season 1, season 2, season 2 would have been a slow burn, but going right into this, it would have been freaking insane. This movie probably would have been in the high 8s, high 9s. It's interesting.
I know I can't change back time in terms of when things were released to how I watched it. But we'll talk about it more Friday night. So
it's definitely interesting though, because that was like one of my themes that I struggled with the most in the very beginning. I was like, why do I care about Cassian Andor? Because I know his fate. So, it's interesting, very interesting. I am surprised that you brought this below a 9, though. I am surprised about that, especially since
I was always hovering in that area.
Yeah,
it's a low 9.
This is one that you have in your May the 4th
marathon. I mean,
marathon.
It.
I didn't know you did that, by the way. So you watch, because I was there with you for a little bit of it. You watch 1, 2, 3. You go into, and then you go straight.
So
to
I
Rogue
watched
One?
1, 2, the Clone Wars animated movie, a couple of important episodes in Clone Wars, 3, the Clone Wars finale. And then
you jump right into 3.
Yeah, 3, and then Rogue One, 4, 5, and 6. I wanted to jump into Rebels as well, but like in terms of the timing that the available schedule,
Rebels would have to be before Rogue One.
Yeah, I didn't have enough time to like fit Rebels in there. Otherwise, I would have fit Rebels because I do consider Rebels a quality show.
I'm going to have to try that one time now. How you watch it, Trey? I want
you want to try my one?
What's your one?
The prequel trilogy 1, 2, then the Clone Wars done by the Samurai Jack team. Specifically because season 2 of that was meant to lead into Revenge of the Sith. And that's probably why I'm not liking Andor so much, because I felt that season 2 did much more justice. George Lucas was on board with that team. And that team wrote the opening credits or the opening scrolling of Revenge of the Sith. That's the only one George Lucas didn't write. That team did it. And their the ending of that season ends with the very opening that we go into on Revenge of the Sith. So I do that series of, and it's also shorter. So I do that series of Clone Wars. Then I do Revenge of the Sith. Then I do Rogue One. Then the classic trilogy.
Huh. I guess
if it's just the movies, then I do 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6. So those are my 2 ways I do it. I love either way.
Okay.
People are saying we need to do a Clone Wars watch party like a Saturday Cartoons and Rebels.
Well, which one?
I say all of them.
At some point we will. I think that would be fun.
Clone Wars is the one I like is free on YouTube.
Oh, are you talking about the Cartoon Network one?
Yeah.
The Samurai animated series.
Yeah, that one's good. I think that would be a fun one to do too. I do love that Cartoon Network series as well. But before we wrap up, Kojay, what you got coming up on your channel, man?
Hey, so my art streams are going to come back. I don't know when. I'm really busy working on editing a special big project, which I'm glad I got to show you guys for a little bit. That meant a lot. But we do have the Super Sentai co-watch party coming soon. I'm still working on graphics for it. I'm sorry. But this is going to be fun. You get to see me, Trey, Super Corey react to it for the first time. I give you links to how you can watch along with it. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. It's going to be weekly. You don't want to miss that. And I still got my podcast stuff coming up, gameplays, the usual shebang. So I'm always staying active. It's just that this big project of mine, which is dear to my heart, is taking a lot of time. So bear with me. I'm trying. But yeah, just, look for my sign and you won't miss a thing. Love you. Thank you. And like and subscribe to the Bat Channel.
I'm excited, dude. I can't wait for everyone to see the Super Sentai and some of the things Kojay has shown us about another project he's working on. I don't want to spill anything, but you'll know when it happens. It's some cool stuff. You guys are gonna blow your minds on that project that Kojay is working on.
Hey,
much love, man. Please subscribe to our boy Kojay. You will not be disappointed. And of course, set your reminders right now for our series finale of Andor and season overview Friday night. It's ready to go for you guys, just to not forget it. It's gonna be a great time with the Delta Squad, talking about maybe the things we like, maybe the things we dislike. Some points that I'm definitely gonna bring up is how I think they could have improved the show or executed things a little better. So that we really understand where I think things fell flat. So if you guys want to think about that as well, of how the show could have improved, or what you wish they would have focused on more, or maybe I'm crazy and you're like, Trey, this is why it was so good.
I'm gonna need one of those Star Wars. What's that one cartoon Lego series where it's like the alternate. Oh,
the Kai Patterson cut, something like that.
No. It's the like alternate universe where they show Darth Jar Jar and everything like that. There's you don't
like their what if thing or their short stories.
It's like the what if ones. Like I'd like to see a what if of Cassian and Nyx leaving together and raising that beautiful boy. go off and have a good life, Cassian.
Interesting. Yeah. Replay crew, let us know your thoughts of Star Wars Rogue One all the way throughout. Hopefully you watched Andor. I'm going to leave the title that says it's an Andor celebration stream, so that way if you haven't watched Andor and you're just joining in, you just got a whole bunch of spoilers, and I apologize, but you should have known better.
That's the truth.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out with the Bat Channel, the Delta Squad, the Battalion. We love you guys. Corey, can we say a quick thank you to all of our super chat people real quick?
It's I think it's Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy. That's
oh wow. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's Rebuild the Galaxy. But yeah, let's shout out to all of our phenomenal people tonight. We got Trevor H, Red Hooded Outlaw, Oracle's Clock Tower, Kojay. Thank you so much for the super chats. You guys are fantastic. Love everybody in the chat, and yeah, it was a fun night. I had a good time.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much. We hope you're all well. Tell your parents you love them. And don't forget to smash that like, share this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. I'm your host, Trey, with our bro Kojay and super bro Corey. And don't forget to tune in weekly.
Same bat time.
Same bat channel. Make it happen, super bro.
See you Friday, everybody.
Peace.